Let's get right into your forecast right away here on what's been a chillier start to our Friday, but that's not going to be a sign of what's to come for this afternoon. We're expecting nice, warm conditions, relatively and seasonably speaking, as we are already on November 21st. So, getting right to our forecast, I'll take my graphics full screen. We started off a little bit on the cooler side this morning with temperatures that dropped down into the teens in many areas and 20s for a handful of locations. We were colder than forecast in Fargo. We dropped down to 19 degrees. Same thing in Bemidji, Roseau, Thief River, Grand Forks, Valley City, Cooperstown, Jamestown, northeastern North Dakota, 16, Rolla, Candu, and Langdon. We're at 21, Staples, Fergus Falls, and Gwinner. So it's nice to see the sun is shining and that we're going to warm things up. We do have a few thin clouds up ahead, and some of those will stick around into the afternoon. We're already at 30 now in Fargo as of 10:43 in the morning, and we'll see temperatures warming up continually into the low 40s for the afternoon, mid 40s in a couple spots too, and we're not expecting a lot of wind again today either. A little bit more cloud covers you can see in Grand Forks. We are overlooking the Red River on this sky cam along the Greenway there in town on the East Grand Forks side. Temperature right around 39 by 2 p.m. and we'll warm a couple more degrees for afternoon highs. So 3 p.m. temperatures, this is usually the time of day we see our highs now this time of year. 35 Roseau, so a little cooler in northern Minnesota compared to 45 in Oak. So 30s and 40s yet again. Tomorrow warming up a bit more, a little bit breezy, temperatures in the 40s and low 50s. Now, let's talk about our changes as we head into next week. We're still watching our first alert weather days for Tuesday and Wednesday. Our forecast models, the European and the American, the GFS is the same as the American, are still differing a bit, showing a clipper system moving in on Tuesday and into Wednesday. One has it moving through a little bit faster. That would be the European model, and keeps it just a little bit further north. So let's take a look at some of those and what we are watching. So we have high confidence that it's going to be colder behind that clipper, and we have high confidence that the clipper will develop and evolve. A little bit less confidence, as I was just mentioning, on the track and overall snowfall amounts as well. So here is one forecast model solution. This is the European model, showing a few rain showers initially on Monday evening, but more possible overnight. So we're looking warm enough still Monday night for most areas to see precipitation fall in the form of rain. But by Tuesday morning, that colder air filling in. Now, we're looking at the possibility, again, from this run of this model, light snow across the northern Red River Valley, with most of it remaining just north of the international border. All models showing that will be quite gusty winds out of the northwest, and it's that colder air mass that filters in behind it going to really cool us down. That moves out a little quicker than the American model. So this is now early Wednesday morning, seeing generally quieter skies, maybe some a few flurries still sticking around in northern Minnesota, but otherwise quieter conditions for Wednesday and quiet conditions for Thanksgiving on Thursday as well. Then we're eyeing the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Little far out, but we're watching another potential storm system that could bring some wintry weather our way. Looking at the model comparison for snowfall potential, this is the European, this is the hour by hour I just showed, keeping light snow across the northern valley. The American model, the GFS, pushes that snow a little bit further to the south as it wraps around, and in doing so brings a little bit more snowfall as well. Now, I'm not going to put any numbers on this, but just kind of highlighting the darker blues indicating, maybe a little bit more in way of accumulation. But overall, I think we're looking at pretty light snowfall amounts. When it comes to our temperatures, I think this is going to be our last warm weekend of the season. We're expecting temperatures tomorrow, again, 40s and 50s, pretty similar on Sunday as well, along with a good amount of sunshine. But we turn colder behind the clipper. You can see by the time we get to Tuesday and Wednesday is when temperatures start to take a turn to below average. And then we stay below average for the rest of the month and into early December. But it's not just early December that we stay colder than average. Now, yes, before you head to the comments, I know it's North Dakota, Minnesota in December. It's going to be cold. It's going to be snowy. I've lived here my whole life. I definitely know what you mean. However, this outlook is showing the probability of above average or below average. So this is continuing to show that we are going to be colder than average, which, yes, December is cold, but it's going to be colder than our quote unquote normal cold, and potentially snowier than our normal December snowy conditions. Can't remember off the top of my head what our average snowfall is in Fargo in December. I can look it up real quick. But we are looking to trend a bit maybe above that, especially in parts of the Northern Valley, and even more so out west is where we can maybe see more than average precipitation. Apologize, I'm trying to look this up and talk at the same time. Couldn't find it. We'll just move on from here. But we are leaning below average, or that should say above average. Excuse me. I don't know why that says, that should say leaning above average for precipitation. So please ignore that. So we're expecting a turn to some colder conditions, some snowier conditions right around Thanksgiving. So a shot of some wintry weather right before Thanksgiving with that clipper on Tuesday into Wednesday, and then another potential for some snow heading into next weekend. This gets us beyond. I can kind of walk through this and show you where that next one is coming. So by the time we get to Thursday night, you see the system developing off to the west. This is potentially the next system that could bring some snow our way for Friday. Looks to be late, and then into the weekend. So maybe keep that in mind if you have post-Thanksgiving travel plans for the weekend following Thanksgiving. That things might look a little interesting. That's still a week and a half away, so I'm not putting too much into that forecast right now, but it's a possibility, and I know it's a big travel time frame, so I just want to mention that. But today, we're taking advantage of this really nice weather. I know I said it yesterday, to get out and enjoy it while you can. Likely to be the last nice weekend, above average weekend for a little while now. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll break down this latest forecast here and the new model runs that are coming in on Valley News Live at noon.